And welcome back to Gridiron TV, and I'm delighted again to be joined by the two head coaches of the Edinburgh Napier Knights and the Edinburgh Predators. Stuart and Pete were on the show last year promoting the varsity game. Gentlemen, round two.
Great to be back. Yes, thank you very much for having us again.
Thanks for coming
I feel
on.
like I'm never away from the show.
Absolutely, mate, absolutely. Stuart, I want to start with you. You guys are reigning champions. Not me to rub it in, Pete. You're reigning champions from last year. Are you quietly confident this time round? Are you?
We've still got a bit of work to do after being away for the last 6-7 weeks. We've got Paisley first on the 26th, 27th. So we're looking at them first and building from that game and see what that takes us into the varsity game.
I mean, your season's not got off the best starts, unfortunately. You know, Predators, we sort of thought we were going to get more for you guys, but there's more to come for your guys. I mean, you've got a great team and a good setup. You made the playoffs last year, and you've absolutely got the nucleus of another playoff team. Do you think what's happened there at the start of the season?
Stirling. we hit the brick wall. It was Stirling for two out the 3 games that we've played, and played Glasgow. The Glasgow game went into overtime, could have gone either way, and just unfortunately they came away with the win. So I think everyone that plays Stirling this year is going to come away with a loss.
Yeah. It's unfortunate to see as well. I mean, it's such good teams. Pete, look at the Edinburgh Napier Knights. You guys did really well last year, and you kind of struggled again. Maybe this year at the start of the season when I watched you play. Some really good performances, but unfortunately, again, like Stuart, you come up against Stirling.
Well, we've underperformed so far. I've still got a lot of faith in the boys, and we've got a really good squad, a lot of young fellas. We were unfortunate to lose our first game, but offensively we really struggled with our new system that we've put in. That said, I think we've hopefully got all that out of the way, and we're going to be much better in the second semester. We've got 5 games this semester, so we've got a real chance to sort of turn our season around. Yes, we've got Stirling in our division who've been, they've just been blowing teams away, but, hats off to them being a well-oiled machine. It's up for the remaining 4 teams to really fight it out for the remaining spots.
Absolutely. But let's not talk about Stirling and everybody else. Let's talk about you guys. This is your spot. You've got the varsity game coming up on the 3rd of February again. Pete, you're hosting it again, and we were there last year. We were lucky enough to be there to film the game, and what a fantastic event it was.
Well, thanks very much. It was a really fabulous day. We had an idea of a big game that we wanted to do. We wanted it to be Edinburgh Predators versus Napier, the local rivals, a great rivalry. Predators came into town, they really deserved the win last year. It was well played. The boys had they deserved the victory last year. But what we really wanted to try and do is showcase the sport and the event. So this year we've added a few bells and whistles on.
Okay.
So the gates will be opening at 1 o'clock for the members of the public. Tickets are priced at £4 for adults, £2 for students, or £1.50 with a discount card. Kids still go free. And what we've done is we've tied in with the local active school sports, and we've been going around all this month promoting American football in the local schools. And the net result of that is that the kids will then be invited to come an hour before kick-off and participate in a come and try session on the AstroTurf next to the main pitch. That will be hosted by Tom Cram, and we've got volunteers from teams such as the Edinburgh Wolves. They're supplying some staff to come down. Just really give it a real fun day so that the kids can actually participate in American football. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, the things you had going on, you had cheerleaders and everything else, and entertaining the crowd, and you got over 1,000 people as well who turned up on the day, which I thought was absolutely spectacular. And Stuart, being reigning champions, I mean, do you feel the pressure, or do you feel confident? I mean, let's get wrong. Both teams are good sides, and nobody could pick the winner last year, and you certainly cannot pick the winner this year. But you surely got to have that extra edge between the reigning champions.
We're not even thinking about last year and what happened last year. It's a completely different team. We've lost guys, as you said, and gained some guys. So last year's done. Got on the trophy sitting in a cabinet in sort of the university somewhere. So we're not even thinking about it. We're going to go into the game as any other game, as I said last year. We're just going to try for the win. We want to get to the playoffs. It's just another hurdle to get over to get to the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you've got a couple of backlog games as well. You've got to try and catch up with, and we've heard from the university leagues that there'll be no delay in the final this year like there was last year. So it's kind of a cramming session once you get back into it again, so there won't be very many opportunities to really get back on the training field.
We've got 6 weeks. Our first game is in a week and a half's time against Paisley, and then we play the Napier team. So, and then there's four games straight on the run after that. So it's a hard run in. Scottish weather for you.
So I think you're not the only ones. I mean, we see it down south as well. It's played havoc. Go back to talk about Stirling. They're all weather, multi-million-pound pitch. off as well because of the weather. It's just been, unfortunate, and certainly, hopefully, fingers crossed, that it won't affect the Varsity Bowl. And how's the facilities?
I'll be out there with a hairdryer the night before to make sure that game goes ahead.
So, Pete, Aberdeen Knights, we talked about Stuart, we talked about pressure being champions. You want a wee bit of revenge and a little
Definitely.
get go, or you just want to try and get a good game of football going?
If my players can't get up for playing against Edinburgh University, then they shouldn't be on the team. Get out. Last year we had a bit of banter on the show. I made the crack about the Butlers. My favourite part of last year's game was that a fan from Edinburgh University, sitting in the crowd with a sign that says, "My butler made this for me." I just thought that was fantastic.
Is there any Butlers coming this year, Stuart?
No comment.
They're getting driven by their chauffeurs.
All right, okay, so chauffeur carriage for each player, is it? Fantastic, that'll be good to see. But it's going to be a good spectacle, and we hear about varsity games across the whole of the country taking place as well. I think the same day we've got the Sheffield varsity game as well. But do you think it's the Edinburgh's the main varsity game throughout the whole of the country?
Well, we've got quite a few things on. Not only have we got the Festival of Football for Kids, we've got an Edinburgh Brass Band will be playing at the event. We've got the cheerleaders coming. We've got some face painters being provided by the Edinburgh Sick Kids Friends Foundation.
So you're going to come out dressed as Spider-Man?
Well, hopefully the kids will come out with predators and knights on their faces. You could have one on each.
Absolutely, that's good. And all the money's going to what charity?
Edinburgh Sick Kids Friends Foundation. So they're the charity partner for the day.
That'd be good. Any of the proceeds of the tickets going to the charity, or is that just lining your pockets?
Oh, it's just all straight for profit. What we're going to try and do is obviously that we've invested quite a lot into the game itself. We've managed to put together a couple of sponsors this year. Active City, who are an arm of the City of Edinburgh Council, and they help put on big events such as this. They've been one of our sponsors, and Student Recommends, the SR, are obviously one of our other big sponsors, and so they're helping promote it amongst the student body themselves. So one of their jobs is to be going around Edinburgh University, Napier University students, and hopefully generating the crowd, and that's what we really want to see. We want students turning up with foam fingers and fancy dress and air horns. That's what I want. I want lots of noise, and I want everybody watching the game to have a great time as much as the players participating in it.
I experienced it last year, and I was standing on the touchlines just sort of walking around, just taking the atmosphere in, and it's a spectacular event to just watch and witness. And I'd certainly encourage anybody who has nothing to do during the day, come down and certainly watch the game. The guys have put a lot of hard work and effort in through the training as well, and obviously Super Bowl Sunday as well. So all kind of ties in with you guys. Obviously go for beers afterwards and try and watch the Super Bowl as well. What events have you got on Super Bowl parties, James?
We don't join up together. I think that would just be chaos. But ours is in Malone's this year. It's exclusive to the team from 10 o'clock. Our tickets are £3 each on the door. I know Pete's got something else planned for.
Our Super Bowl parties, because SR are our sponsors, and we'll be holding our Super Bowl party at Three Sisters, and if you got a ticket for the game, you get straight into the Super Bowl party. Absolutely good, that's good. Excellent to see. And obviously, as Pete mentioned as well, all the proceeds from the face painting and things like that will go to the Sick Kids Hospital in Edinburgh, so a really good cause, and certainly worthwhile to turn up and even just sort of drop in a few quid to that and raise as much cash as possible. But gentlemen, thanks very much for joining us. Wish you all the very best for the games coming up, the restart of the season again, and we'll see you at the Varsity Bowl on the 3rd of February.
Cheers.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, guys.